So, here we go again, or how many other times I've been trying to revive this channel. Hey fellas, I'm just AJ, and I want to talk for a little. Like, about myself, a little history, and hopefully the future. So, recently I did a purge of my old videos and my old commentaries, mostly because I want nothing to do with that part of YouTube anymore, and instead I want to focus on my passions of video games and animation. So let's make Mike the Angry Video Nerd and take you back to the past. I was born in the 90s, and growing up, I wasn't the most social person, so most of my time was spent in front of a TV. While there was some live action in my childhood, like Power Rangers and the shows that followed in its wake, my focus was on cartoons and anime from Fox Kids, Kids WB, Nickelodeon, and Cartoon Network, and occasionally USA and UPN. This gave me an interest in art in my formative years, though I stopped for a while until a certain Disney Channel cheerleader got me back into drawing, leading me starting my own DeviantArt before I finished high school, where I started taking art classes again. And in college, I managed to get a bachelor's in fine arts. And while I wanted to go further, I was working at McDonald's and wasn't making enough money to do so. Granted, I have engaged with a lot of cartoons over the last few years, mostly glitch texts, mostly because I use my free time poorly. That said, I have seen some indie stuff, and I've been following channels talking about animation. That's why I would love to talk about animated shows in my own way, past or present, and maybe talk about certain subjects, like the chaos that is shipping. God help me. Oh, and I mentioned video games earlier. Yeah, there were plenty of video game shows in my adolescence without me even knowing they were based on video games. Like some of them were Mario, Mega Man, and Sonic the Hedgehog. In fact, the first console I remember my family having was a Sega Genesis, where we did have the original Sonic trilogy and Knuckles. Granted, I didn't play them back then and just watched my big brother play those games. And then one Christmas Eve, we got a PlayStation, and a few days later, I got my very first video game, Tiny Toons Adventures and the Great Beanstalk. Yeah, for a long time, most of my game library was composed of games of what I saw on television. Sure, that led me to Pokemon and Mega Man Battle Network, but I missed out on stuff like The Legend of Zelda, Spyro the Dragon, and a whole bunch of other stuff, some of whom I wouldn't even play until my 20s. And of course, Pokemon was the dominant series when I got my own Game Boy Color along with my own copies of Red, Blue, and Yellow, which I've continued all the way until Pokemon Legends ZA. I mean, right now I'm going along with a Equestria Girl style Flareon Human as my avatar. I could go on and on, but I don't want this video to be 30 minutes. As for kind of video game videos I want to make, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe countdowns like Fawful's Minion and the Great Scorpion, reviews like Some Call Me Johnny or That Trap Guy, or some combination of the two. I've gone so far as to get a capture card and some HDMI equipment for recording gameplay footage in my consoles, such as the Switch 2, Wii U, GameCube, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 5, and PlayStation 2. Then, of course, there's also my PC that over a year ago I upgraded to a gaming setup, and like the only games I can record for are the DS and 3DS, possibly my Vita, though I gotta look into that. And I hope to use this since I got a huge backlog of about 200 games, not including anything I got on Nintendo Switch Online, and hopefully make my way through it. How far will I go with this? I have no idea, but I want to at least try. Keep an eye on your subs, and I hope to see you again soon. I'm just AJ, and I'll see you later.